Before we get into today's video, guys, I just want to let you know a little bit about Monday and what happened with me. As you probably would have found out from the news sources and some of the drama channels out there, I did indeed plead guilty to 2 charges. Those charges were facilitating gambling without a license and promoting gambling without a license. And as I say, I pled guilty to those 2 charges. I pled not guilty to the remaining charges, including the charge of inviting children to gamble, and they were accepted by the prosecution and were accepted by the courts. I was punished with a fine of £91,000, and trust me when I tell you, a lesson has been learned, a very valuable lesson. I had a lot to say from my side, from my perspective, but my legal team have advised me not to say anything, not to talk about how I feel or my reasoning or anything like that. And I've got to take their advice on board, and I also had contact from an independent legal advisor as well, who issued basically the same sentiments and said for me it'll be more problems if I speak my mind and speak my side of things, to try and kind of like just give you guys some indication as to what happened, because it wasn't like I'd set out to break the law. But that being said, I have to respect and accept the judgments of the courts, which I do fully, and I did break the law. I've been punished for that. The offending period was from the 1st of October 2015 until the 11th of February 2016. So it's nearly exactly 1 year since the offending period has ended. But as I say, I made a huge mistake. I did some things wrong. I was very naive in very areas and very arrogant in very areas, and I definitely will learn and want to improve myself and I want to improve myself as a person. I want to improve my community with you guys. I understand all the gossip. This is the first case of its kind. I understand the people that would just turn off my videos now. I understand the fans that wouldn't want to watch anymore, but I also understand and appreciate that a lot of you still do also understand the fact that people make mistakes, and I've made not just a mistake, I've made a huge mistake, and I feel like I've been punished for it, to a point that is considered fair by the courts and is considered fair by myself, of course. I want to apologize to everyone. I'm not a horrible person. I'm sure I can be argumentative. I can definitely feel like I'm right in instances where I could potentially be wrong. Case in point, while we're sitting here talking about this right now, right today. And I definitely have, I have an arrogance about me. I don't choose to be that way. I don't like wake up in the morning and sort of suggest how can I be arrogant to people today. It's just a trait of mine that I don't like, but I'm looking to work on it. I'm looking to better that. I'm looking to better myself as a person, and I hope that I can learn from this experience to grow rather than use this experience to implode. Hopefully I can use this as a way to help you guys, show you guys the path that you shouldn't take. Because let me tell you something, even though this was a financial penalty only, this was one of the most traumatic years of not just my life, because it was a stressful year for me. But I expect no sympathy, and I want no sympathy. I did what they say I did. I can't hide from that. It's the absolute fact. I owned up to that. I admitted to that. But what hurts me the most is what I've put my family through. As I say, it was very naive of me to just assume that everything was all in order. It was very naive of me to not seek the correct things to do back then. Back in the end of 2015 and the start of 2016. And because of my lack of judgment, because of my lack of regard for the law, essentially, I've put my family through something that they didn't deserve to go through. So I hope now that I can put that behind me. I can continue making videos for you guys, and if people are there to watch them, I'll continue to put them out there. And of course, if people aren't interested in watching them anymore, I wouldn't hold it against you. I wouldn't. Obviously, I understand the severity of the situation. I just hope that you guys know that I'm truly sorry for putting you guys through this, putting my family through this, and I just hope that there's still a place for me on YouTube and on the social media scene going forwards. And if there's not, then so be it. I've dug my own grave. Potentially, it's time for me to lay in it. So the next few days and weeks on YouTube will be a testing period for me, just to see the reaction of how everything kind of weighs up and where everybody stands on my my faults in life. Should it be a situation where you guys want answers for things and I can't provide them, I'll just let you know in tweets or in videos, because as I say at the start, I've been advised by my legal team not to say things, not to speak on my half, which is really difficult for me, because there was so much that I wanted to say, so much that I have to say, and it's very frustrating being told that you're not allowed to put your side of the story out, because it could just come back to bite me in the future, as well legally. So obviously I don't want to engage in more legal battles for any which way going forwards. Foot Galaxy is not part of my life. It hasn't been since February the 11th of last year, which was the website concerned in all of this. I'm sure you guys, if you read the news at all, if you're on the internet pretty much at all, there's plenty of stories about this situation. But once again, I want everybody to know that I'm sorry. It's not my intention to mislead you or misguide you. It's my intention to provide entertaining content for you, to enjoy FIFA with you, and to improve your guys' time spent on FIFA. That's my main goal. That's my issue. So with that in mind, that's what I'm going to focus on in the future, and make sure that everything else that gets thrown into my path, into my livelihood, will be dealt with the correct means, rather than just with a disregard for the things that should have been in place. So with that said, guys, I'm going to jump into the video now. I'm going to try and, as I say, I'm going to try and leave this here. I'm going to try and put it behind me. And if you guys do keep bringing it up, I'm going to have to just ignore it, because this is where it's going to be for me to be said and to be left until the point where my legal team say to me, you can now talk about what you want to do. Because as you guys know, I wanted to go into the True Geordie podcast and speak about my just everything that's happened over the last 12 months, essentially. But I've had to cancel that, which is very disappointing for me, because I'm a big fan of True Geordie and his podcast, and I really wanted to just get there and get my side of the story out. But as I say, the bottom line is, I don't want nor deserve your sympathy. I categorically have broken the law. I have made mistakes. I am paying the price, and I hope that you guys can forgive for me for my my discrepancies, and that we can move forwards together, and that I can show you guys that this wasn't the right thing, and that I am truly willing to make amends for this community, and to provide benefit for this community, not to provide negligence and negativity to this community. So with that being said, we're going to get into the video here, guys, and thank you for listening. What's up, guys? NepentheZ here, and welcome back to another episode of Draft to Glory. It would not be right if we didn't do a few drafts with all these amazing cards in packs. Let's go for the 4-3-3 holding. Get those left wing, right wings in, see if we can get any blues or any oranges. Some man of the matches, some new ones. Well, the ones to watch aren't in the draft, are they? But we do have team of the tournament AFCONs, and we also have man of the match cards in packs and in draft. Obviously, I'm going to go for the base set of Ronaldo and Messi. I do a lot of things wrong. Normally I'll be like, oh, let me just not get him and wait. But no, let's get him. Let's go and get ourselves Gonzalo Higuain. If we take Higuain, it's one Argentinian linked to Messi, so therefore Messi will get like 8 chem no matter what. I'm also going to take that 87 Rasha Nangolan, and the reason why we'll take him is because he will be giving 7 chemistry to Higuain, and now Messi as well, guaranteed on that chemistry. Strong link in there from De Rossi. Things are starting alright. But anyway, guys, if we could drop a thumbs up on today's video, it would genuinely be much appreciated. That's not bad for a start. Ronaldo's out of place a little bit, but that's not too bad. Yeah, it would be appreciated if you could drop a thumbs up on the series. And if we can hopefully do good today, that would be good, because there are so many low-rated players that are valuable right now, like low-rated special cards. Hello, Sergio Ramos. That was a mistake potentially. Barzagli probably would have been a better choice. Yeah, there's so many low-rated good cards in packs that even if we didn't do great, we're bound to pack one. But even if we got like the 50k pack, we'd still be bound to pack something, you know? Right, what do we need here? We need either French or this, so we'll do that. No, I don't want to swap those two around. Let's get ourselves a La Liga Santander goalkeeper. We do indeed get one. It's Lopez. Boom. So we've got 86 chemistry, 88 rated. The only players really bothering me is Cristiano Ronaldo. If it was his 99, I wouldn't mind him up there on 4 chem, but as it's his regular 94, I don't particularly want him like that. We could take Christian Teo here and pop him in there. Would gain 6 chemistry. Very nice indeed. Lionel Messi on the bench is not too bad at all. Next up. Kazawa doesn't really work. Ramsey definitely doesn't work. DeMarcos is better than the right back we've got, so we'll throw him in. Boom. I like that. I like it a lot. What do we really need here? I don't really know what we need. Wow, it is shoving. Oh, hello, Dybala. Let's do that, and then let's go and do that. We'll throw Dybala out on the left wing. That's nice. Now, Dybala's only on 3 chem, and Ronaldo was on 4 chem, but he gives perfect chem to Higuain, which is much better, and then we'll just use Ronaldo and Messi as super subs. I'm not getting any special cards. This is crazy. I wonder if Berardi would actually be a better pick. I actually really like this Berardi. I think he gets more chemistry here. He does. And so we will get rid of Higuain. We'll throw Dybala in. And although the team isn't amazing in terms of like the special cards and such, it's not a bad team. Do we take Parolo? Our midfield is actually pretty solid. Who have we got as a better super sub? No, looks like it will be Parolo. So, a couple of high rateds on the bench. The team itself is solid. De Rossi solid, Nainggolan solid, Bonaventura solid, Berardi solid, Dybala solid, Teo not so much. The defense is strong, other than chemistry. So if we could get better, like just a left back that suits us is kind of what we're looking for here. We'll take Farman just for rating. I can't really get a high rated squad right now out of this, but we'll see what we can do with it. Now, this would probably be better, right? Yes, because he gets the one link with the centre back and gets the link with the left centre mid, meaning he is perfect chemistry. So we've upgraded the chemistry of another player. Next up, I'm not using him, and I'm not using him, and I'm not using him. I'm not using those guys. I'll take a chem style here. Let's take Anchor. I'm not using those dudes. I'd rather have off chem who I've got in there already than any of those guys. We'll take that Nasser Shadley in form. Pretty decent player. Not amazing by any stretch of the imagination, but pretty decent. We get Hamsich there. That's pretty decent as well. I've said pretty decent several. See, now I would prefer Hamsich there, and then Nainggolan in at CDM there. However, now Nainggolan doesn't get the chemistry. That's sad. Let's take a look at Hamsich against Bonaventura. Bonaventura, a little more pace, a little more physical, but less defending, less dribbling, less passing, less shooting. We know who we want. Wait, is that De Rossi again goes down to 7 chem? It's going to have to be Bonaventura in there. If we want to get De Rossi on the 10 chem, we're going to have to put him in there. Now that is perfect. The inform Insigne, massive for the team. And you know what? I prefer Berardi to Christian Teo there. So that will be the lineup. Now let's get these chem styles changed about. Shadows on the defenders, like so. Anchor. Do we have more shadows? More shadows would be nice. No, we've got another hunter to put up there. If we've got any engines, I'll throw them in the midfield. If not, we'll put Catalyst on. We'll also put Hawk on. And if I've got another Hawk, we'll put Hawk on as well. In the meantime, we're going to have to put Anchor here and Anchor here. And I'm going to take the Glove of Farman for here. And let's put Anchor on Nainggolan as well. There we go. So that is going to be the Chem Stars. I mean, we've got some nice players. You know, we've got some good players. We've got Ronaldo. We've got Lionel Messi. We've got 90 Ramos. We've got the best version of Nainggolan. We've got the good Higuain, the good Dybala. We've got some real solid players in here. The problem we've got is we don't really have like one spectacular card. Like we don't have a special, like 94 Ronaldo is the best card that we have available to us, and that's unusual, isn't it? That is unusual. Usually we'll have like at least one blue would pop, but for us here, not a single blue card popped up for us. Not many special cards in general popped up for us. We've still managed to get ourselves a 100 rated team with a bench that has, Messi, Ronaldo, 91 rated Higuain. We've got a pretty good bench. That's you can't deny that. Let's throw him on there. Let's throw Ronaldo. So Ronaldo and Messi, obviously the mainstays on the bench. But we've also got good midfield and defensive options with Felipe Luis, Shadley, Hamsik, and Higuain as a all-round kind of option. This will be the team indeed. Let me do player instructions. Let's take manager first. La Liga manager is more necessary than a non-La Liga manager. There we go. So we do get one. We'll take him. Obviously, all the Liga Santander players should already have 10 chem, and that should leave the left centre-back on 8 chem, and everybody else should be on 10 chem. Yeah, correct. So everyone but that left centre-back is on perfect chem. That's perfect. So for player instructions, custom tactics, let me reset those. Cover is where it's at. Cover, and I'm going to, again, drop my pressure and aggression down. Not too far. I don't want people to be able to walk over me, but I just want to drop it down a bit. And then for player instructions, we want to set these dudes to stay back while attacking. We want to set him to stay back while attacking. We want to set him to stay back while attacking. There. We want to set this dude to stay forward, stay wide, get in behind. We want to set this guy to the same. Stay forward, stay wide, and get in behind. And we want to set this dude to stay central and get in behind. There we go. So that is going to be the team, guys. Quite an interesting hybrid. Some nice players in there. It remains to be seen if we can do some damage with this. Let's get into the gameplay. Okay, guys, as we go into the gameplay, just one thing to know. Excuse me. Wow. I recorded the intro and outro before I went up to Birmingham for court, and I'm recording the gameplay section. Like, I've actually played the gameplay already. I'm just recording the video for it after I'm back from court. Hence the shirt changes and the facial hair change that's just random through this video. As said at the very start of the video, as relevant or irrelevant it may be to you, genuinely apologise to the viewers for everything. Genuinely sorry. I can't express it enough. I've made some mistakes, and hopefully I can move past them, move through them, and come out as a better person, a better man, and potentially a better YouTuber. With that being said, today's video is about the draft, and this team was just easily the best team I've ever used in draft. I know it doesn't have the 99 Ronaldo and the 98 Messi and the 98 Suarez. I know it doesn't have the superstar cards that I'm used to saying are the best players. What this team was and what this team had was just a solid foundation from front to back. You see here Patrice Evra. I don't even know what he's doing there, and he comes up and he manages to pop the ball in the back of the net on his right foot. But the star man of this video was indeed Dybala. He's just ridiculously good. You get certain feels with players, even if they're not as high rated as other players, and even if they don't have the stats as good as other players. Some certain styles of players just feel better for you than other players who could potentially have better stats, which would go a long way to explaining why some people prefer Musa and some people prefer, say, Lukaku. Like, there's just two different styles of players. One's very, very quick with 4-star skill moves. One's a bit more tanky with less skill moves, but has, a lot more physicality about him. And there's certain styles of players that fit for each player. This year, I haven't used, to an extent, the Messis, the Griezmanns, the Dybalas, the nimble players from outside of the BPL. I haven't really used them because I didn't particularly like them last year. Last year's game, I really enjoyed the physical players, the Ronaldos, the Bales, the Higuains, the Enquiries. You know, they're the guys that I really enjoyed last year. But this year, it seems like the nimble, high, agile, low centre of gravity players are the main guys. So when I started playing with this Dybala, I just felt a world of difference with him compared to with other players that I've used. You can see everything he does for me. He's got unbelievable pace, 4-star skill moves. I would assume 4-star weak foot. It might be a 3-star weak foot, but I would assume 4-star weak foot. His finishing is just clinical. His positioning is magnificent. He's so quick on the ball. You know when a lot of players say like, oh, this player's got like X pace, but it feels like defenders catch up with him. Defenders do not catch up with Dybala. They just don't. If you're ahead of them, you're staying ahead of them. And he's also got pretty decent physicality as well, which allows him to hold off some defenders a little better than other players. And you can see with all the goals he scores, he just so happens to be in the right place at the right time every single time. So we end up going into the second round, and in the second round here, we're 3-1 up on the stroke of half-time. My opponent pulls one back into the second half, deep into the game now. Bonaventura picks up a really weak goal kick, plays it through to Dybala. Dybala with a little bit of trickery on the edge of the box, gets lucky to get the ball back, does a, I suppose a body feint, I guess it is, and then strokes that home on the right foot to make it 4-1, which all but guaranteed our safe passage into the semi-finals. And although my opponent did bring one back in the 90th minute with a really strong finish from Ronaldo, it was too little too late, and Dybala there picking up a 10 rating man of the match and sends us hurtling through into the semi-finals. After a 5-2 win and a 4-2 win, we come up against one of the best drafts I've seen. 4 Team of the Year players, some just good links in there, obviously some off links in there as well with Lacazette and Harry Kane. I'm sure he would have got better attackers to put in there, but he just didn't use them. In for Marcelo. His right back's a little weak, his goalkeeper's a little weak, and his strikers, although are very good, are just a little bit off chem. But it took us all the way until extra time to be able to break this guy down. This was a super laggy game, I remember. And through this lag, it could have gone either way. I believe if we look at the match stats at the end, I was kind of, you know, had more chances and such. Eventually, we got into the spot with Patrice Evra, who scores his second goal. My left back, again, I have no idea what he's doing in that position. I don't know why he's there. I try not to bring my fullbacks up and out of place. But he was there on the penalty spot at the right time. And then just a few minutes after, we managed to score a second. Lionel Messi doing some great work down the right-hand side. Obviously on as a sub. I have regular Messi, regular Ronaldo on the subs bench. Played some good football with Higuain, who finds Cristiano Ronaldo also on as a sub. And Ronaldo pops that into the back of the net to make it 2-0 in the 120th minute. However, you know what the kickoff cheese can be like. Sergio Ramos up to Iniesta. Iniesta back into Sergio Ramos. Sergio Ramos has the shot and scores the goal. Nice finish, tidy under the keeper there. 2-1 the final score as we go into full time. But we advance into the final, and I know the scoreline looks quite close and it went to extra time. I believe if you look at the match stats, if I show the match stats indeed, that I dominated the game. Possession was even. I saw it very briefly there. Possession was even, but it looks like I had double the amount of chances of my opponent. So fares into the final. And then into the final, although only 90 chemistry on this 86 rated team, he's got some unbelievable players. Informed Depay, 90 Aguero. Another one that I wouldn't mind trying that could potentially be high octane like Dybala. The blue Messi. Really strong defence. Okay, off chemistry for Ramos and Dani Alves. But Eric Bailly is in there. The informed Leighton Baines, who is great. But look at this goal from Dybala. Finesse shot. No, not sprinting. No running up to it. Literally just hit the finesse button and shot with about 3 bars of power, and it flew into the top corner. If you thought that goal was nice, check out this goal. Some good work down the left-hand side into De Rossi. De Rossi gets it into Bonaventura. Bonaventura into Dybala, who hits the fake shot, holds off, shields Sergio Ramos there. Ball rolls past Sergio Ramos. Another finesse shot off balance, under pressure from the defender, and he still manages to find the back of the net. A phenomenal finish there from Dybala, putting me 2-0 up and essentially closing out this final. My opponent really wasn't creating many chances at all. We got down the right-hand side with Berardi, cut that across, unlucky not to score the first opportunity. The ball falls to Dybala, who heads that to De Rossi, shoots and scores. If he's not scoring, he's assisting. Dybala now with 2 goals and an assist in the final. And then the final nail in the coffin to make the game 4-0. Fernandinho gives it to Arda Turan, I believe that was in the midfield. Loses out. Berardi and Dybala playing around with the ball in the midfield. Nainggolan plays it into Dybala, back into Nainggolan. Nainggolan has a shot, scores to make it 4. And I believe my opponent rage quit at that point. So 4-0. Oh no, maybe he didn't rage quit. Wow, I'm thinking of another game, guys. But yeah, he got a penalty. What a penalty as well. Off the bar, off the post, flies into the air, and whoever that was scored the goal. I actually think that's an illegal penalty. I think somebody else has to touch it before he's allowed to touch it again. But it counted. We won 4-1. We deserved the win. Let's get into the packs. So guys, we end up winning the draft so comfortably. Let me tell you something about this Dybala card, man. It is out of this world good. He is so good. He basically single-handedly won me games. The defense was fantastic. The midfield was amazing. The attack was absolutely solid. I had not a complaint about the whole team. I bought on Ronaldo and Messi a couple of times. I think I bought on Higuain in the semi-final. It was a super laggy game. I ended up winning it just 2-1, but I dominated the game. It was only a 90th minute goal, I believe, that got him back into the game, or maybe a 120th minute goal. I just couldn't finish my chances in that one. But let's see what we get for a prize. Let's hope for a good prize. Premium Gold Players Pack and a Mega Pack. It's not the worst. Could prove to be quite good. We'll start the Premium Gold Players Pack. No walkout, but we want that special flair. Nothing. Brilliant, EA. Brilliant. We get Ter Stegen now. Ter Stegen, the 83s, the 82s, and the 84s are all quite worth a little bit right now. We'll send him up to the trade pile. Nothing else here worth anything. That's sad. We'll send this guy into the transfer list as well. And now for the Mega Pack. Like I said, guys, we've got Team of the Tournament, African Nations. Man of the Match for the FA Cup. One to Watch cards. Legends. Team of the Week. 5 sets of special cards in packs at once. Can we get any of them? No, we can't. I don't know what I expect out of these packs, man. Again, we win the draft so very comfortably, and we get nothing in return. Oh, this drives me insane, man. We do everything right. Look at our win-loss ratio. We literally have a 5-win to 1-loss ratio. We are 1 win and 1 loss away from being exactly 5-1. And that's crazy that we can be here and still get the worst prizes possible. Or not even the worst prize. The reward wasn't that bad. It's just the fact that we got nothing in it is the problem. Let's have a look at the draft record. 86% pass accuracy is good. Possession is good. Average goals scored and conceded is alright. I'd love to bring the average goals conceded down a little bit, but meh. 72 entries, 33 wins. Not ideal. We've lost a lot of finals, which is pretty sad. But that's where our FUT draft history is. And I don't believe our money has changed in this one anyway. But anyway, guys, that's going to be the end of the draft. Like I thought the draft was brilliant. The team was fantastic. The gameplay was immense. Some fantastic goals. The reward wasn't too bad. And we still probably didn't even make money back. Crazy. Anyway, this is going to be the end of the video. If you did enjoy it, be sure to leave a like, rating, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But for now, guys, I'm out. Peace.